Ayo, what is going on with the ever-growing number of soldiers enlisted in the Chico army and any newbie, aka a viewer of the tube? I'm the host of the channel, Tyler, and it's the only channel that has spatial awareness, unlike a majority of those who were born with a phone in their hand.
Like normal people.
Millennials, am I right?
Just stand here. Look.
Okay. All right. Are you on Instagram? Are you on Friendster?
Let's just see how long this takes.
Are you on Snapchat?
Like,
Are you
excuse me.
Are you doing your taxes?
Stop.
Are you doing your taxes? Hey,
Excuse me.
are you doing your taxes? Are you doing your taxes?
Sorry. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Are you on Pornhub?
Stop.
You know how we lane hog. It's time for Chico Crypto. Well, these markets got you excited? Compound surging, big gains to be made. Well, I hate to burst your crypto bubble, but those types of big gains are going to be few and far between for the retail investors the more the markets mature and we get what everybody wants, enterprise and institutional adoption. Per example, Compound. We all know this token. It pumped like crazy, getting big listings from Coinbase Pro and now even the regular Coinbase app, all in the matter of a week. So here's the thing with comp's distribution. Nearly 4.3 million of the 10 million total comp are allocated for the users of the protocol through liquidity mining. That's great and all, but since launch, how many have been distributed? Going to Compound's dashboard, we can see just over 41K are in the public's hands. That is not much, that is a smidgen. I mean, look at the trading volume. It has been averaging between 20 million to above $30 million. There is no way in bejesus name that small amount of tokens in the public hands is creating that level of volume. It's impossible. So other tokens must be flowing from someone. But who? Well, going back to their breakdown on distribution, nearly 2.4 million tokens have been distributed to shareholders of Compound Labs Inc. Yeah, shareholders, those are the ones doing some trading back and forth and taking advantage of the pumps and volatility ripping through the markets, which you can confirm by going to Etherscan and checking out some of the largest comp wallets. Scrolling down, now why in the funk would Binance already have over 73K more than the public's total of 41K? Did they get some tokens, or are they a shareholder? Or did a shareholder transfer them to be dumped or market make? And who are those shareholders? Well, CoinDesk put out an article last week titled First Mover, Compound's comp token more than doubles in price amid DeFi mania, which tells us a few names. It states that 10 million comp tokens in existence include stakes held by Compound executives and early investors such as Coinbase and the venture capital fund Andreesen Horowitz. Yeah, the same Coinbase who listed the comp tokens on Coinbase Pro and their app, and the Andreesen Horowitz, aka A16Z, one of the most powerful Silicon Valley and tech VCs out there. They are top tier, and their investment and portfolio list goes on and on with some of the biggest tech names: Facebook, Groupon, Lyft, Pinterest, Slack, current investments, Airbnb, BuzzFeed, CipherTrace, and of course Coinbase. And they are actually one of the largest investors in Coinbase, leading their $25 million 2013 funding round. And then you have two Andreesen execs on the Coinbase board, Katie Wan and Chris Dixon, which besides them, A16Z and Coinbase have shared other employees too. So going to Compound Labs Crunchbase for investors, we can see Andreesen Horowitz, Series A for Compound, and Coinbase Ventures, seed round but listed number 1. Plus a list of others. And then going back to Compound's own Medium post on their token distribution. The only part of the distribution that explicitly states a lockup or vesting is for the Compound founders and team. No other distribution pool states a lockup. So we gotta assume the extra tokens like on Binance are from the shareholders pool, as the teams is locked up, and the other two are for future endeavors like future team members and future advancement of the protocol. So could it be the shareholders trading and pushing up the volume? Could it be them market making and reaping rewards across exchanges like Binance while retail investors go on a FOMO hunting spree? So the point I'm trying to get across is this: crypto is turning into something that resembles Finance 1.0. Already rich, powerful individuals and VCs get to enjoy private rounds like the IPOs in Finance 1.0. I mean, besides A16Z, Andreesen Horowitz, Coinbase is made up of a string of VCs, corporations, and more. This is just as of 2017. There is Union Square Ventures, Greylock Partners, Adam Draper, smaller VCs, plus corporate and CVC like USAA, Bank of Tokyo Mitsubishi, and NYSE Euronext. The fat cats get their fill, and that means a retail investor gets the scraps once trading starts. Those massive gains may just be reserved for not your average Joe or Jill, but the accredited investor, those whose wealth exceeds what most can obtain. 1 million in total wealth or income exceeding 200K per year. Not fair, and it kind of goes against what crypto is all about, but that leads me into my next topic perfectly. Now, there is one project I have been getting interested in, which actually people think right off the bat it's like Compound, and that is Polkadot from Ethereum Solidity and EVM creator Gavin Wood. Why do people think Polkadot is like Compound? Well, back in June of last year, Polkadot closed a private sale to raise some more funds for the future development of their platform. And from the sale, they claimed a $1.2 billion valuation. Sounds similar to Compound? From a CoinDesk article on the topic, the Swiss nonprofit said Thursday that 500,000 DOT tokens, 5% of the total supply, were sold at a targeted valuation for the project of $1.2 billion, which would mean they raised $60 million at a token price of $120 per DOT. And people are like, oh, to private investors, VCs? Yeah, that did happen, but it was only 5% of the total supply, and for a pretty damn high valuation to those guys. They didn't get them for cheap or for free. And if you didn't know, the total supply of DOT at Polkadot's Genesis block will be 10 million. And out of those 10 million, back in 2017, October to be exact, Polkadot actually ran a public sale for half of the supply, 5 million tokens, and they were successful, raising more than $140 million. Average token price in the sale back then, $30. And that sale was actually analyzed by Longhash in an article titled "Around 60% of Polkadot token holders are most likely individual investors." In the article, it states Polkadot had its first crowd sale from October 14th to October 27th, 2017, during which it sold 50%, 5 million dots, of the total supply through what is called a spend all second price Dutch auction. This was not a traditional auction in which the price of the offering was set by the highest bid. Instead, the Polkadot team initially set a very high effective cap for the sale of dots, making it almost impossible for someone to buy all the tokens to end the auction. The effective cap went down over time. As more participants and funds entered the auction, the cap was reached before the auction ended. And then they analyzed the 5 million dots from the auction and the wallets and found that there are only 4 whales who hold more than 100,000 dots. Meanwhile, 1,801 addresses, around 60% of all token holders, hold fewer than 100 dots. And that, in my opinion, is more crypto and creates a better playing floor for all. And I could keep going on, which I was when I wrote this script, but that video would have ended up being 20 minutes or more. So tomorrow I have something special, coins connected to this ecosystem, Polkadot, who I have been eyeing for some time. And why is this? Something I always say. Follow the developers. Out of all protocols, even Ethereum, since last June, Polkadot has seen the largest increase of devs building on their platform out of all major ones. It surged by 44%. So the next episode is something you do not want to miss. Hopefully the markets hold. Cheers, I'll see you next time.